சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும் வரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை சிறுவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் அலகில் சோதிய நம்பலத்தாடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்து வணங்குவான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துறை எந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் மண்ணூர் ஆனாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரனே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையும் அண்ணா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுது கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். வேதநெறி தழைத்தோங்க மிகு சைவத்துறை விளங்க பூத பரம்பரை பொலிய புனிதவாய் மலர்ந்தழுத சீதவட வயற்புகலி திருஞான சம்பந்தர் பாதமல தலை கொண்டு திருத்தொண்டு பரவாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக வழங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பரங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக பெரிய புராணத்தை, நாயன்மார்களுடைய வரலாற்றை ஆங்கிலத்திலே தொடர்ந்து சிந்திக்கின்ற அந்த பாங்கிலே நாம் திருஞான சம்பந்த நாயனாருடைய புராணத்தை தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கின்றது. It is only by the grace of Lord Shiva everything in this world is being moved. We may think that somebody is doing or something is doing or some power is doing. All these things we may attribute to the happenings of this world. But our mentors, devotees, they consider everything in this world is being ruled and governed by Lord Shiva. Nothing could happen without his knowledge. Nothing could happen without his consent. Nothing could happen without his power. The whole world is empowered only by his power. Where can you derive the power if the sun is not there? See, the sun is a natural source of power for this earth. Who has given the sun to this world, to this earth? Do you call it as natural thing? It has not happened elsewhere. In other planets, we don't see any living beings. Only living beings are available in earth because of the sun. Who gave the sun to this earth? Okay, take the sun itself. How it glows, how it fires, how the fireball gives out all the heat and light for years together. We know only when we combust in the power and the light will be emerging. But looking at the sun, such an enormous amount of fireball, how can it happen that the combustion of gases going on the surface of the earth, giving out light and heat? It's not nature. The nature doesn't have the senses or wisdom or knowledge. Any system working systematically should be governed by a power which has wisdom. Unless otherwise, inert things cannot be driven by inert things. They have to be driven or governed only by things with wisdom. So, we can attribute all actions by the power of Lord Shiva. Now, the soul should understand, the soul should analyze, the soul should inquire, the soul should search. It is capable of doing all those things, isn't it? I have mentioned some things. Searching or thinking or inquiring. All these things can be done only by a wise thing, not by an inert thing. If you just look at the dog will never inquire who it is. It is a dog, that's all. But a human being cannot think himself as a human being. It's only a birth. By birth only he is known as a human being. If he happened to be a dog, then he is a dog, that's all. But which causes these things? That should be inquired, that should be looked into it. Only man inquires about this. He settles down with the fact that the supreme power is governing the entire universe, and it helps his soul to get out of the miseries and sufferings it was undergoing for the past births, in the past births. Okay, to guide us in this regard, when we search, when we inquire, or when we research, when we do all these things, there should be guidance. So, for guiding us, mentors are coming over in this world. Rather, we can say that the mentors, the Gurumars, they are being sent by Lord Shiva. The matured souls are being selected by Lord Shiva, because ordinary souls cannot interact with God Himself. So, to interact with them, to be compatible, people looking like the ordinary human being, but with his special powers, enriched by the grace of Lord Shiva, they would be coming over here and guiding the people, and also give them the teachings. Likewise, we have received so many mentors in this world. Of them, a special category is our Thiru Gnanasambandar. He hailed from an orthodoxial Brahmin family. His father, Sivakumar and Bhagavati Ammayar, both of them are pious, sacred, and well devoted, and are well versed with the Vedas. When they got the boy, they understood God has sent him to bless this world and to guide this world and Thiru Gnanasambandar was going in search of people to preach them, to furnish them with all the details of Saiva Siddhantam so that the souls can be elevated and reach Lord Shiva to avoid births and to get the bliss of Lord Shiva. Thiru Gnanasambandar, even though he was blessed at Thonipuram itself, Sirgaji itself, he opted to visit everywhere, every corner. Wherever there was a small temple of Lord Shiva, he never hesitated to visit that temple. He went over there. On hearing that Gnanasambandar had come there, people would be coming there and they would be delighted to hear his song with beautiful pun, and they would be prostrating before him and asking his blessings. And Gnanasambandar was also blessing them with his teachings. Likewise, he went everywhere possible. But he was a small child of 4 years. Think of him walking on the rough land to the temple on his own feet. So, not bearing this, his father made him sit on his shoulders and was going to the temples and going everywhere. Likewise, he was visiting the temples of late. Nilakanda Yalpanar from Thiru came and joined him along with his wife Madanga Sulamuniyar. Gnanasambandar permitted them to accompany the Pillayar wherever he went. So both of them were following him, and we saw that they visited Chidambaram and they were there, and Pillayar, after darshan of Nadarajar, took his residence or mutt in Thiruvetkalam, not opting to stay in Chidambaram. And one day all the 3,000 Tillewal Andanar, they post like Sivakumar, and Gnanasambandar made a darshan of them and also made Tirunelaganda Yalpanar to have darshan of them. Again he went into the temple, made darshan of Lord Nadaraja and thanked him to having shown the Tillewal as Sivakumar. Likewise, he was visiting the temple from Thiruvetkalam every day and returning to Thiruvetkalam. When he was there, he also visited some of the temples around Chidambaram. One of the place we can say is Tirukazhipalai, where he visited and offered a padiham there also. Then they decided to leave the Chidambaram shrine and they wanted to proceed further. And at that time, Yalpanar made a request to our Gnanasambandar, oh my Lord, I am having a request to be placed before your lotus feet. Come on, go ahead. Player encouraged him, and the Yalpanar told him, I beg, I request you to visit our place, that is Thiru Gnanasambandar. It is my hometown. If you come over there, I will be very much pleased, not only me, by my people there will be very much pleased to see you there. And they will, if they have the darshan of you, they will all be blessed. And also the town will be blessed if you just step in our place, Thiru Gnanasambandar. Your lotus feet should touch the ground of Thiru Gnanasambandar. That is my request. My Lord, will you be accepting my offer? He was asking. Then Gnanasambandar told him, why you hesitate so much to ask me this? I am just visiting all temples. Why can't I visit Thiru Gnanasambandar also? Why you have so much of hesitation? It's my pleasure, isn't it? I would also be pleased to see a place where you had come from. So, no problem, we will go, he said, and they all proceeded to Thiru Gnanasambandar. This town was placed on the banks of river Niva. Niva is the branch of Kolladam river. Kolladam itself is a bifurcation of Kaveri, and a Niva Nadi, Niva river. On the banks of Niva, this Gnanasambandar was placed, and the place surrounded by many gardens, flower gardens, paddy fields, and it was very flourishing, and the whole place was looking greenery. And they reached Thiru Gnanasambandar, and everybody proceeded to the Shiva temple there, and all people prostrated before our Gnanasambandar Peruman, but he told that let us go and make our prayers before the Lord, and everybody entered the temple, and there he went around the temple and came before the sanctum, before the Karuvarai, and there he offered a very beautiful padiham. Then they stayed there 1 or 2 days, and they decided to proceed further, and they all came over to Manimuttar river. On the banks of Manimuttar river, the beautiful temple Thiru Mudugundram, the ancient temple. It was once upon a time a hill. Now the whole temple is placed on the plains. How did it happen? Nobody knows. But on that time it was a kundram. Kundram means a hill. So they reached Thiru Mudugundram on the banks of river Manimuttar, and there he composed a beautiful padiham and offered. Lord would be waiting in every temple for Gnanasambandar's padiham. He would be very much pleased to hear it. People may wonder whether he has ears. Yes, he has ears. How can you say, sir? See, when he utters a padiham, when Pillayar utters a padiham, it is being heard by lot of adiyars. those adiyars are feeling joyous and happy. See, that happiness transferred from the adiyar soul to Lord Shiva there. See, the soul, because of its joy, the Lord Shiva is also joyous. His feel is directly obtained from the soul of the adiyars. If adiyars are happy, he is happy. If the adiyars are not happy, he is not happy. So, when Gnanasambandar Peruman utters a padiham, everybody is joyous and happy. So, Lord Shiva is also joyous and happy. In Mudugundram also, our Pillayar recited a beautiful padiham, and Odungum Pidi Piravi, that's how it starts. And from there, he proceeded further towards the Thiru Gnanasambandar. He wanted to visit Thiru Gnanasambandar. So he was proceeding, and the whole team, the retinue, was following, and everybody was moving. See, that period was a very tough summer time, and Sivkumar there was holding his son on his shoulders, and but he, considering his age, he also got tired after some time, and seeing the tiredness and the fatigue of his father, Pillayar understood, and Pillayar requested his father, "Why don't you allow me to walk for some time?" But his father told him, "It is scorching, my son. How can you walk in the hot sun?" He was asking. But Pillayar answered him, "No problem, no problem. I can walk." See, we are all willing to have darshan of our Father, Lord Shiva. So, if we are doing something interesting, we may not feel the pain. Only if you are not interested in our doing, that thing will give us tiredness. I don't feel tired because I am always thinking about Lord Shiva. I am always expecting the darshan of Lord Shiva. So, you just walk along with me. I will be walking on my own, and let us go like this for some time. Sambandar told him. So, everybody followed them. His father also accepted. Okay, I will go ahead. If you feel pain in your feet, don't hesitate to tell me. I will just lift you up on my shoulders. Okay, he said. And they proceeded. Sun was scorching mercilessly. Everybody was sweating. Soon everybody got tired. The whole day they were walking, taking some rest under the shades of tree, but they continuing their journey. When the sun was going to set, they reached a place called Maranpadi. Father told, "Why don't we stop here?" Pillayar also accepted. So everybody made a halt there in Maranpadi. All of them were also tired. Everybody needed rest, and they all gathered, and they all took shelters, and they all halted there. And that time, Lord Shiva, on seeing the strain that his son had that day, he decided to do one thing. He decided to give him a palanquin in which he can go over to every place. People will be ready to bear the palanquin, palanquin, and also a special umbrella and other things, orchestra, musical instruments, to announce his arrival. All these things he wanted to give him. But Lord Shiva decided to give it in Thiru. As a matter of fact, Pillayar was proceeding to Thiru. On the way to Arathurai, he halted at Maranpadi. Next day, they have planned to continue their journey to Thiru. Before he starts, God thinks, before he starts, I must give him these things. So what he did was, he appeared in the dreams of the Brahmins of Thiru, the Gurukul, Sivacharyas in Thiru, and he appeared and told them, my son Gnanasambandar is approaching Thiru. He is now at Maranpadi. I had decided to give him a palanquin and also an umbrella of special nature and other instruments. You can find all these things inside the temple. Tomorrow morning, you make all arrangements to deliver these things to Pillayar at Maranpadi. Make a point that you don't send them. You take them by yourselves and go and deliver yourselves. That is the way it should be done. So all Gurukul should take the palanquin and make a procession towards Maranpadi and should deliver. That was the instruction given by Lord Shiva. When the Gurukul, Sivacharyas woke up, they didn't understand anything. What is this? Some dream? Had I dreamt correctly? They came to the street, Agraharam. They wanted to inquire about this dream. Lord Shiva appeared in the dream means it's not an ordinary thing. Once Lord Shiva appears in the dream, you should not continue your sleep. You should come out of your sleep. You must think about that. You must chant about that. You must recollect it. That is the procedure. So when the Sivacharyas dreamt about Lord Shiva in their dreams, they decided to just consult other Sivacharyas also. They wanted to exchange or share the dream with others. But when they come out and everybody gathered and when they wanted to share the dream, to their surprise, everybody dreamt the same thing. Then they decided, okay, if we have dreamt the same dream, then it is the command of Lord Shiva. When we have dreamt the same dream, it should be the command of Lord Shiva. Okay, let us wait till dawn. When we open the temple, we will come to know about these facts. So they all waited till dawn. They didn't go to sleep. They were waiting, and when it was dawn, they, as usual, they opened the doors and went into the temple. To their surprise, there was a palanquin studded with pearls and also a white umbrella giving out the milky rays and also studded with the pearls. A glittering pearls. They can see it in the night. And also other trumpets like that, musical instruments, they call it as ekkalam, to announce, to blow. All these instruments were there. Then they decided, okay, God has instructed us. Let us post one person here. Let us all go to Maranpadi. Come on, get up, everything. And everybody started a beautiful procession. And in that procession, all these things are taken, and before proceeding, they performed pujas for the palanquin and other things, and they all carried these things towards Maranpadi. In Maranpadi, Lord Shiva appeared in the dream of Gnanasambandar player and told him, "Oh my son, I want you to give a palanquin. You don't want to strain your father. Your father doesn't want you to strain. So to make a solution to this thing, I have offered you a palanquin. You go to every place where you want, only in the palanquin. I have also given you an umbrella of special type, studded with pearls, and also other special instruments to announce your arrival everywhere. Whenever you go over to a place, it will be operated and people will know that you are approaching." So all these arrangements, all these things I have made available in Thiru Arathurai. From Thiru Arathurai, Sivacharyas are carrying this to deliver them to you. You receive them. They are all the gifts given by me. Don't refuse, you are saying. Because Gnanasambandar will not accept anything except from God. That was his attitude. He just came out of the dream. He woke up. He wondered. He shared the dream with his father and also others. Everybody was joyous. And in the morning, player completed his customary rites, smeared Thiruneer on his forehead and on his body, and raised his arms above his head and started chanting 5-lettered mantra. And everybody was ready for the player's comment to start the journey. Player opened his eyes. "Okay, let's go," he said. At that time, they heard the approaching sound of some procession. So they are told, "Oh, it seems they are coming from Thiru Arathurai. You have dreamt," you said. That dream comes true. See, they are coming. And in a few minutes, they all approached. Sivacharyas prostrated before Thiru Gnanasambandar and told him, "In Thiru Arathurai, Lord Shiva has offered all these gifts to you. It is on behalf of Thiru Arathurai these gifts have been given. Arathurai Nadar has accorded all these gifts to you. Since Arathurai Nadar has given this gift on his behalf, we all have come. Bless us and accept this. Everybody was looking at the palanquin and milky white. The whole palanquin was decorated with pearls glittering, and there was an umbrella studded with pearls and other instruments. People were wondering and praising Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody was saying. Everybody was wondering how love Lord Shiva has over our player. He doesn't want the player to walk on the floor. He wants his son to be carried everywhere he goes in a majestic way. So everybody requested, you must get in the palanquin and you must come to our town, Thiru Arathurai. They were making the request. Player blessed them and told them, it is all the grace of Lord Shiva. I do not know whether I am worthy of it. I may not be worthy, but Lord Shiva's mercy is immeasurable. His immeasurable mercy has gifted these things. I do not know whether I deserve that. Anyway, since he has given and asked to come in this palanquin, I will obey his order. Saying that, he was going round the palanquin thrice and he was chanting 5-lettered mantra, and he got into the palanquin. The palanquin was lifted by the people, and everywhere the 5-lettered mantra was echoed. Hara Hara Siva Siva Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Siva Siva Namah Shivaya, Palara Vayan Bandan, Parasamaya Kolari Vandan. Like this, the slogans were uttered. Everybody was dancing, everybody was singing, everybody was cheering up. So it was a great cheer amongst Tibets. And player started his journey from Maranpadi to Thiru Arathurai. It was his first journey. It was his first journey from Thiru Arathurai to from Maranpadi to Thiru Arathurai. So he proceeded towards Thiru Arathurai, and when he approached, he got down from the palanquin. He went into the temple, went around the temple, and then went before Lord Shiva in the Karuvarai. And there he offered Lord Shiva a padiham. Tears were running down from his eyes on his cheeks. He was not able to control his feel. He started even dancing. How to bear the love you show, how to pay back for your love, in what way the souls are going to repay your mercy. Otherwise, singing or dancing or uttering a few words, what else can it do? The mercy shown by you is immeasurable. It cannot be compensated, compromised or paid back. Likewise, he was there, he offered some padiyams. The Shivacharyas, they were also very joyful, because in Saiva map, isn't it? It was a a remarkable incident in Pillayar's life history, and Thiru Arathurai was connected. See, Thiru Arathurai, Maranbadi and Thiru Arathurai, both of them found very important places for Gnanasambandar's history. In Thiru Arathurai, Maranbadi he got into it, but Thiru Arathurai gave the gifts. So Arathurai Thiru Arathurai was praised, and Padihams were offered, and Pillayar was there. For quite some time he was there. Then reporting his leaving from Thiru Arathurai, he visited Arathurai and told him that he would be leaving, and thanked him once again, and he came out and proceeded, and all the devotees followed them. Now Sivakumar is somewhat other convinced that his son need not walk on bare feet in the hot sun and also hot soil. He need not walk. So that was the satisfaction he attained. Then they visited some temples, lot of temples Gnanasambandar visited. Even though we had about 384 or 385 Padihams, the 16,000 Padihams Pillayar would have uttered, but we got only 385 or 390 Padihams of Pillayar. From there he went to Thirupurambayam and many other holy places, and he reached Seyingalur. Seyingalur is known as Seivandhanallur. Seivandhanallur. That Seivandhanallur is shortened, the abbreviation Seyingalur. Sei means Murugan, Lord Muruga. In Kandapuranam, the place, how did it get the Seivandhanallur name? It was described. Lord Muruga came from Mount Kailash, from Shuloga, for the war of Surabhadma, to delete him or to grace him, we can both say. As a matter of fact, Surabhadman, after the demise, had become the two birds, the cock and the peacock. Is it not? So, on his way to this south, Muruga was supposed to visit so many shrines. Kedaram he visited. Kandapuranam is mentioning Kedaram and other places, Kyasi, in which this Trivennai Nallur, other places were also mentioned, Kanchipuram. But when he came over to a place on the banks of Manni river. The Manni river is a branch of Kaveri. Kaveri river has many branches. One of the branch is this Manni river. On the banks of Manni, all the troops took some rest, and Murugan also halted there. When he halted, the peacefully running water, sea, on seeing the beautifully running Mani river, on the banks a small garden and trees with the flowers, then natural beauty was very much there, and Murugan, on seeing that, he called Indran and told him, however, somehow or other, this place is very attractive to me. So whenever there is a place very peaceful and attractive, there we should do the prayer of Lord Shiva, puja of Lord Shiva. Whenever we feel peace, whenever we feel something special or some natural peace or naturally attractive place, then there we should perform Shiva Puja. Because our thoughts will be focused very easily. In other places it would be very difficult to concentrate and to focus our attention. So he told Indran to make arrangements for Shiva Puja. And there Lord Muruga performed the Shiva Puja for his dad Shiva. Say Vanda Nallur, it is a place where Lord Muruga performed Shiva Puja. Subsequently, that place got an important landmark, indication. Subsequently, Vichara Sarmar came only from that town. Vichara Sarmar subsequently given the post of Sandikeswarar by Lord Shiva. Vichara Sarmar also did the Shiva Puja at the banks of Mani river. So that place was very attractive, and Sandikeswara, Vichara Sarmar decided to perform Shiva Puja, and the cows were also giving milk on their own. So collecting the milk, he thought of doing some abhishekam and getting the sand dunes from the riverbed. He built a small Shiva temple under the Ati tree. Under the shadow of the Ati tree, he constructed a Shiva temple and performed the puja. But after completing the puja, when he was leaving for the town, getting the cattle to their town, he would be demolishing the whole temple. Next day he would be coming and building a new temple. Every day he would be building a temple for performing puja. Without knowing the sanctity of this puja, his father disrupted the puja, and because of that Vichara Sarmar punished him. On seeing his punishment to his father, his own father, without not bearing the thing done by Yachadattan to that puja, without bearing that, he did that. On seeing that Lord Shiva, not minding his father, he punished him. So I will reward him. Lord Shiva appeared before him and accorded the post of Sandikeswarar. In all the temples, when we see Sandikeswarar, we must understand that Sandikeswarar is Vichara Sarmar. He is the only Nayanmar who can be found in two places. In the array of 63 Nayanmars also we can find him a place. In Sandikeswarar also we can find him. Likewise, in both places we can find one Nayanmar, Sandikeswarar. So that Sengalur, our Pillayar came over now. On seeing the arrival of Pillayar, the whole town gathered at the border, and they all welcomed him. Pillayar got down from the palanquin and blessed them, and they all took him to their temple, Tiruchengalur. There he thought of Lord Muruga and also Chandikeswarar, and he was thinking both of them. How much I have been blessed to come to this temple, to worship this temple, to offer my padigams for this deity. How much I must have been blessed by the Lord Shiva. He was praising and offering the padigam for Lord Shiva. And the people there requested him to be there for some time, and Pillayar also accepted their request, and it started staying there. With this, we will stop our episode, and we will continue the story of Thiru Gnanasambandar in our next session. And I request you to kindly visit our Facebook and website for more information. Gnanathiral, a monthly magazine, Tamil monthly magazine, offering new dimensional essays and details about Tirumurai. If you want to know the inner details and the essence and essence of Tirumurai, you must be a subscriber to Gnanathiral. It's not available on stand, you must subscribe to it. All these details are available in our website. You can subscribe. And also Gnanathiral, from time to time, it releases so many books. Recently, we have released Thiruvasagam. We have recently released Thiruvasagam, Varalattru Murayil. The 51 padigams have been arranged according to the life history of Manikavasaka. As such, the Thiruvasagam available now is not arranged on that sequence. So, if you go through it, it may not be in line with the life history of Manikavasaka. But we have tried ourselves, why can't we rearrange the padigams so that it can run along the life history of Manikavasaka. We have tried that, and people are appreciating our efforts. You also get this book and go through it. You will also be benefited. And one more release is Thirunavukarasar, the comics book depicted, the whole life history is depicted in pictures. Children will be very much attracted towards the pictures. They would be interested to go through this history. In this way only we can teach the histories of our mentors, Gurumars, to our children. So, get this book and offer it as a gift to birthday gift or any other day, special day gift. You must give these books to your children, not only your children, your relatives' children, your friends' children, you can offer them. And if you are interested, you can also get these books for some schools. You can approach the schools and make an offer whether you can get some books for them, for the children, because it is very difficult to get the stuff to our children. The schools are also not that much encouraging, but if you are acquainted or if you are familiar with some schools, you can approach and also you can help us. We are ready to give some concession rebate also in the price if they are purchased in bulk. Okay, that much I want to tell you. And another thing is the whole program is being sponsored by our Qatar couple, Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, both of them to be appreciated, because they do it as a yajna, because they want to take the stories of Nayanmars to those people who are all also not well versed with Tamil, but they should also know about our Nayanmars. Their efforts should be appreciated and they will be bestowed upon the blessings of Lord Shiva. With this, we conclude our session for today, and I will chant 5-letter mantra 5 times. I request you to kindly follow me. Thiruchitrambalam. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Thiruchitrambalam. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.